Now, during the break between the aircraft that you see, if you do want to pop and see those special characters, the combat vehicles, the information traders, or as George mentioned, some of those cadet services where many of these pilots have started out today, do go and visit them. There's a chance to do things like the Duke of Edinburgh Award, fly in the AEF, the Air Experience flights that happen across the country, but also just get out there and explore the wilderness. There's all sorts of adventure training and activities for youngsters to do of an evening or on a weekend, and they'll be only too happy to give you some advice about your nearest squadron or different training centres that you can get involved with. We've also got the entertainment, of course, going on throughout the afternoon as well. So if you do fancy a break from the aircraft, Connor Burns at the Cenotaph and Aaron Morgan at the Civic Centre in between the next break, where we'll, of course, have plenty more aircraft.
I wish I had more time to go round to the stages. I'm a great fan of the local music scene wherever I go. I mean, there's some superb musicians, and it just makes you realise just how tough it is to break through into the mainstream.
Especially for those busking as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've played a lot of music in our time, and you think, well, we're just right at the top, icing on the cake level of musicians. You know, there are just hundreds out there. Really, really talented people, as indeed, you know, as we're seeing talented pilots as well. But there's just a wonderful afternoon here. Lovely to see so many of you enjoying yourself. Lovely family day out here at the Wales Air Show 2026. Bring it on, as we say. And this inclement weather coming in isn't going to last too long. There is a very weak front passing through Swansea overnight tonight. If we do get a dribble of rain, it'll hopefully be during the night, and then a little bit fresher tomorrow, which after about 6 weeks of hot weather, frankly, is a bit of a blessing.
The garden needs it. Big thanks as well to many of our sponsors, including Cardiff Airport, where the Dakota just took off from a short while earlier. So every great adventure, of course, starts with a journey, and you can start yours from Cardiff Airport with flights to destinations across Europe and beyond, including flights now, of course, to Toronto. And they are proud supporters of the flight deck near myself and George here to the right-hand side of us, where they've got their very own exclusive bar. So if you want to get seats there tomorrow at the flight deck, I think there is still availability on just the flight deck. You can find them all on the way of their show website if you fancy giving us a go tomorrow.
So you hear a little roar. It's going to be a little that aircraft is a Steamer, and they found one aircraft from the well-known Wingwalkers team, and here they are to entertain us now in all day long. An absolutely rip-roaring show. This is very sadly not as prepared today. It's a great that's when they do their best. But keep a close eye, because on the top of that wing, you would believe, is a little girl called Emma, who is testifying with around 150 miles an hour, hanging on by a chin, not just standing still. She's doing her own little acrobatic routine on the top of the wing, while the stage goes about loops and rolls, pulling about 40 this time a short turn, big little rudder. Poor Emma almost gets upside down there, hanging on by a strap on a bridge which she can twist and turn. When Jamie is they locked that probably for his own safety, I would imagine, because I'm sure Jamie would love to have got a walkabout.
That's where I was, George.
I probably were. But these now, all the romance of those storming, barnstorming years in mid-war period, around about the 30s and 40s, when there were an awful lot of pilots, a lot of spare aircraft, and they just went out to have some fun and make some money. They were indeed a magnificent men in their flight machines. You're off in your bump, down, inside out, round and round you go. And all the time, Emma doing her little bit, in a very good a lot of strength to do that. Because we were chatting earlier on. Oh, she's upside down at 30 days. This is fun. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant aircraft as well. Very much became the go-to basic trainer for all pilots, particularly across the United States, but now very popular in the UK. Excellent machine, very strong, very robust. And this one, of course, modified and modified to take its weight. You know, when like jail. You know, it is a sort of baggage to have in an aircraft when you're trying to fly in a straight line. So this one's got a very high performance engine. It's got a big Pratt & Whitney Ross Radio 985, 450 horsepower, a big standard Hamilton propeller. It's more a little forward. You've got as much power as you can going into that propeller. The pitch virtually goes to the front. And that is that blasting noise that you can hear. It's a real pleasure. Here we go now, Humpty Dumpty stand. As we go up and down like going over a little humpback bridge on the road. And you know what it's like going up now, a bit of G coming on. So they're all holding the breath, and then over the top she goes, then it all goes negative and a little bit floaty, and you don't quite know where you are. You go, oh, you start down at the end, and the steam comes on, and she begins to ripple and waggle there, and in the meantime, Benny's there, wrapped up in his nice woolly jacket, enjoying every moment. It's a real pleasure. Now the other thing, the drag is coming to top of the wind. The other thing they do, of course, is add an extra pair of pedals. So that gives them the flexibility.
Dando un show de aviones. Por eso miran esta multitud de gente. Está llenísimo. Avi, ¿dónde está?
Very much they have to train.
What is?
And studying as well, she's only at the airport to be a pilot.